Welcome. So in the last part of this lesson, we talked about the general form and we talked about how we can expand it, the center radius form to get it. We talked about how we complete the square of the general form to get it back into the center radius form, all great stuff. I now just want to go through how we can use the CAS to graph circles. So here are the instructions right here on how to do it. And we're going to see if we can sketch this before us. So let's just move this over here. And I'm just going to go through what you'd go through on the CAS. So I'm going to come to my graph. I'm going to go menu. I'm going to go graph entry. What do I want to graph? I want to go equations templates. Then I want to go to a circle. And you see here that I've got the option of saying center radius form or the standard form. So the standard form is just the general form. So we can choose which one we want. So we could come here to the standard form. And now we could just type in everything here. So I've got a 1 in front of my x squared and my y squared. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to put a 1 there. And it immediately fills out a 1 there as well. Then I've got negative 10 there. And then I've got a 4 there. And then you've got to be careful. It's equals 7. But as you can see, this is on the other side of the equals. So I'm going to have to put in negative 7 there. Also, you might be wondering to yourself, why did it autofill 1 here as soon as I put a 1 there? And that's because if you've got a 1 here, you must have a 1 there. There's no other way to do it. So that's why that happened. All right, so we've got all that here. We hit enter, and there is our graph. Fantastic. If you wanted to, we could find out some things about this graph. We'll go menu, we could go analyze graph, we could analyze conics, we could figure out what the center is going to be. We just have to click on the graph, and there it is right there. Let me just move this out of the way. It's 5, -2. We could also figure out the radius. We could go analyze graph, analyze conics, and we could go to radius, and then we could just come here. And as you can see, as you're moving it around, we could just click anywhere here. It's telling us we've got a radius of 6. And that's how you do it. So that's using the CAS to graph a circle. Just before we finish off this part of the video, let's show that we can do it for the one up here as well. So if we come here and I hit tab and then go up, I get this, and now I can just make some slight alterations. For this one, it was -6, and it was 4, so that 4 stays the same, and it was 12, so it's going to become -12 there. I hit enter, and as you can see, I have a radius of 5, which I said, and I have a center of 3, -2, which is what we wrote there, 3, -2. So we've proved that we've done it correctly there. All right, so that is that part of the video. In the next part of this lesson, we're going to be talking about semicircles. This is a bit of a long lesson. So in the next part, we're going to be talking about semicircles. I'll see you then.